In this video, I'm going to be ranking the best power forward cards right now in NBA 2K25 Myteam on a tier list here ranging from S that does go all the way down to D tier. And we have about 35-ish of the best power forward cards currently in Myteam, and I want you guys to let me know in the comment section down below what power forwards are you guys currently rocking on your squad, and of course, what would you guys change about my tier list? But looking at the first power forward is going to be Invincible Shaquille O'Neal. And I mean, Shaq's got to go easy S tier. He's an invincible card. He's got a really good jump shot. I mean, all of the invincible cards are, of course, going to be in that S tier category. I don't think there's any discussion when it comes to these invincibles. They're easily the best cards in this game. Shaq is an absolute dominant force. 7'1" power forward, 7'7" wingspan. He's got 12 legend badges, 99 every single stat. I will say, and we'll talk about the 100 overall Shaq here in a second, I don't know if I actually like his new jump shot more. I don't know if I like the Dirk upper more than I like the what did he have? Was it Franz Wagner? Yeah, I honestly think I like the Franz upper more than I like the Dirk upper. So I think the 100 overall card actually has a better jump shot, but the SIGs are a lot better on the invincible. Like, he's got the best SIGs in this game. Pro 2 fade. I mean, invincible Shaq is easily going in S. But the thing with the 100 overall Shaq is it's hard to rank this card. Is he a top 5 power forward in this game? I would say no. And I like to keep S tier to only the top 5 cards at that position. So I'm going to go 100 overall Shaq in A tier. He is still one of the best power forward cards in this entire game. But like I said, guys, I like to only have the top 5 cards at that position in the S tier category. And I don't think his 100 overall card is a top 5 power forward. You know, doesn't have Pro 2 fade like the Invincible. He doesn't have Steve Francis size up. He doesn't have Kemba escape. He doesn't have Trey behind the back. So his SIGs are a lot worse compared to the Invincible. But like I said, I do think his jump shot is probably better than the Invincible card, and he's got the same stats. The badges aren't legend, but he's got pretty much the same badges, every single Hall of Fame defensive badge. He's not too far off as Invincible, but I do think he's a step below in the A tier category. Talking about Hakeem Olajuwon, I would say at this stage of the game, he's probably like B or C. He's a good power forward, but man, that jump shot just really isn't that great. And I would love to see a new 100 overall Hakeem, or maybe an Invincible. I don't know if he would get an Invincible card, but I would love to see a new Hakeem card coming out soon. And I do think he's still a good power forward, so we're going to go B tier for Hakeem Olajuwon. Now, talking about 100 overall Zion Williamson, easily the worst power forward on this list because, I mean, they did this card so dirty, guys. A 6'6" Zion card that can only play the power forward center position is honestly just wrong. Like, he should be able to at least play small forward at this stage in the game. I mean, he dropped on May 16th? May 16th. How can he not play? I mean, he should be able to play point guard. He's only 6'6", but even just let him play small forward or shooting guard, it's kind of crazy. And they also didn't even update his jump shot. He's still got a really bad jump shot. He does have Pro 2 fade, which is nice. His SIGs are also not that great either. Like, they didn't really update his dribble SIGs. Like, this card is honestly just horrible, and it sucks because it would have been nice if he was a good pro pass card. I do think Zion's easily going to have to go in D tier. Talking about Dark Matter Ben Wallace, this is where it gets tricky because it doesn't seem right to put him on the same tier as a Shaq. So I might move Hakeem down to C and put Ben Wallace in B tier. You guys will kind of see more. You guys will see more in a second here. Why I kind of have why I have the tier list shaping up like that, but I just don't think I could put Ben Wallace in the same tier as Shaq, even though Ben Wallace is a really good card. He's 6'9" at power forward with an elite level jump shot. I'm gonna go Ben Wallace in B tier, and you guys will see in a second how this tier list is going to shape out. So 100 overall Kristaps in A tier, I feel like is fair alongside Shaq. I mean, he's 7'2" still at the power forward position. He's still got 99 speed with a good jump shot. You have to put him in A tier. He's still Kristaps, even though he was the first 100 overall card in this game, which I still find kind of crazy that he was the first 100 overall card, but he's still really good. He's still one of the best power forwards on my team. I do think he's going to be an A tier. Now, talking about Invincible Wemby, I mean, obviously going in the S tier category, the best card in this game, the best power forward. He's 7'4" with the best dribble SIGs in this game. He's got a good jump shot, Pro 2 fade, 99 every single stat. He's got 12 legend badges. I mean, he's going for like 20 million MT or 15 million MT on Xbox. He's the best card in this game. He is, of course, going to be in the S tier category. Talking about Dark Matter Embiid, I feel like always I put Embiid and Hakeem on the same tier in a tier list. So if I have Hakeem down in C tier, I do think Embiid is also going to be in C tier. These cards are good, but I just think there's better power forwards. Like, I would much rather a Ben Wallace over a Joel Embiid and a Hakeem Olajuwon. Jaren Jackson Jr. for me is probably C tier. I think he's on the same ranking as an Embiid and a Hakeem. I do like him a little bit more, but I would take Ben Wallace over Jaren. He's only 6'10". I know Ben Wallace is 6'9", but he doesn't have the same jump shot that Ben Wallace has. And I feel like Wallace also just plays more defense. So I do think Triple J is going to be in that C tier category. Talking about Dark Matter Alex Sarr, I like him in B tier. I do think B tier is a fair spot for Sarr. He's 7'1" at power forward, has a really good jump shot. he's just a solid power forward. I think he's a very nice power forward position, very nice at the power forward position, can just do everything really well rounded. I think 100 overall Willis Reed is probably also B tier, a very good power forward option. I mean, this card, he's really good, honestly, as a season 7 reward card, one of the best we've had. 6'10" at power forward, 7'1" wingspan. He's got an amazing jump shot, really good stats and badges. He's a great defensive card. Yes, he's only 6'10". I think that's something that holds him back a little bit, but still is a very good power forward card. Gonna go in B tier for Willis Reed. Talking about Bargnani, this is an interesting one. He's kind of like C to B in my personal opinion. I think I would take probably Willis Reed, Sarr, and Ben Wallace over Bargnani. So I'm gonna go high C tier because I'd probably take him over like Embiid and Hakeem, and him and Triple J are kind of on the same level. So I'm gonna go C tier for Bargnani. I do like him as a solid power forward option. Drummond, I think because of his jump shot, has to go in D tier. Again, you guys have to remember, these are like the top 35 power forwards in this game. I'm not saying that Drummond is awful, and he's definitely a lot better than Zion because he's 6'11" at power forward, 7'6" wingspan, but his jump shot is not great. His base is really good, one of the best bases in this game for a big man card, one of the fastest at least, but the upper just completely ruins the jump shot, and his sigs obviously aren't that crazy, but it doesn't really matter. He's a power forward card that is still going to play really good defense, right, and be a great rebounder, but that jump shot is just unusable in my opinion. Now, dark matter Dikembe Mutombo. This is where it gets to a close comparison. Is he very high A or is he very low S? Because there is a couple power forwards that I'm looking at the rest, for the rest of the tier list that I would take over Dikembe Mutombo, but I do think realistically he's probably going to slot in there at the number 5 spot. And again, I like to keep my S tier to the top 5 cards at that position, so I'm going to go Dikembe in S. But I could see if you wanted to go him in A tier, but I think S tier is fair for Dikembe. I mean, he is an absolute beast at the power forward position. His jump shot's really good. His defense is top tier. His rebounds are insane. His player model is great. He's one of the best big men in this game. I like Dikembe in that S tier category. Talking about Kevin Love, I'm going to go C tier probably for Love. He's another good power forward option, but he's only 6'8" at power forward. A little bit concerning, and he doesn't have the defense or as good of a jump shot as Ben Wallace. So I think he's probably just a slightly worse Ben Wallace. Going to be in C tier. Talking about Rudy Gobert, I do really like this card at the center position because his jump shot isn't too great. I would say that's the main flaw, and really the only flaw when it comes to Big Rudy, because other than that, man, he is an absolute beast. 7'1", can play center, power forward, 7'8" wingspan, amazing defensive card. If he just had a better jump shot, because the SIGs are actually not that bad, if he had a better jump shot, dude, he would easily be an A tier. And like maybe even S. He wouldn't be that, I mean, he's basically Dikembe without the jump shot. You know, he can still agree in a jump shot, but he's just Dikembe Mutombo, but doesn't have that really good jump shot. If he had a good jump shot, he'd probably be at least an A and maybe even S tier. But I do think Rudy in B tier is probably a fair ranking. D-Rob at this point in the year, I almost want to go like C tier for D-Rob because his jump shot is really just not that great. He's probably still better than these cards in C tier. I'm going to go D-Rob in B. But I don't think he's much higher than the C tier category. His jump shot really just isn't great this year, but I do think D-Rob is going to be in B tier. 100 overall Dirk is an easy A tier card. I think he's very good at the power forward position. I like his jump shot because they did give him a new base. Now, I'm still not the biggest fan of the Dirk upper, like I was talking about on the Invincible Shaq card. I'm not a huge fan of his upper, but the Tyler Smith base is really good. That's why I do like Bargnani quite a bit. He's got Pro 2 fade. He's actually got good dribble sigs, and he's an amazing defender. He actually plays really good defense in game. You'd probably be surprised with how good of a defensive card Dirk is. So I do think Dirk is going to be maybe not as good as Shaq, but I think him and Kristaps is a very close comparison at the power forward position. George Mikan, really not too huge on this George Mikan card. I'm kind of in between C and B tier. I mean, he does have a pretty good jump shot, if I remember correctly looking at this card. I haven't tried him out, but 6'10" at power forward, 7'2" wingspan. Obviously, the stats and the badges are going to be amazing. He's got Devin Booker base with John Collins upper. I think that's going to be a good jump shot. I'm very quick. Pro 2 fade. Curry escape is nice. Booker dribble style. I'm just trying to think, like, is he better than Bargnani, Kevin Love, Jaren? He probably is. I'm going to go George Mikan. In the lower B tier category, I'd probably take cards over him like Ben Wallace, Sarr, Willis Reed, but I do think he's probably a B tier card. Talking about Amari Stoudemire, realistically, he's going to be in D tier. He's just not a great power forward option compared to like the best power forwards in this game. Talking about Miles Turner, for me, he's like either really high C tier or low B. I really like Miles Turner. Like, I would take Miles Turner over all these cards in C tier, and I'm not even kidding. So I might go Miles Turner in B tier, even though I know people are going to call me crazy, but I'm going to go Miles Turner in that B tier category. I just really like his jump shot, and his defense is top tier, just as good defensively as anybody in the C tier category. Now, talking about Pro Pass, Tim Duncan, I still feel like he's a top 5 power forward in this game. At the power forward position, between him and Dikembe, because obviously Wemby and Shaq are the two best power forwards in this game, I think between Tim Duncan and Dikembe, it really just comes down to what you're looking for at the power forward position. If you're looking for a shot creating, scoring power forward, then yeah, you want to go Tim Duncan because his jump shot's really good. It's more of a 3-hunting jump shot. He's got Pro 2 fade. He's got great dribble sigs like Garland dribble style, where Dikembe is more of that defensive, rebounding, just beast of a power forward. So it kind of just depends. I think Tim Duncan might be slightly better for a power forward, but I do think they're both going to be in the S tier category. Talking about Marc Gasol, I really like this Marc Gasol card. I'm going to go very high B tier for Gasol. I think he's a really good power forward option. I'm going to go 100 overall Chet in A. He's not much different compared to his Dark Matter, but he is definitely better than his Dark Matter card. And I would say his Dark Matter would also be in B tier on the same ranking as like a Dark Matter SAR. So I do think his 100 overall is kind of just that one tier above his Dark Matter card or SAR. So I do think he's going to be an A tier. Chris Bosh was never really huge on this card. I'm going to go Chris Bosh in B tier. I think he's a good power forward, but I wasn't really ever too high on that card at the power forward position. Moses Malone, I think he's good. I do think Moses Malone is nice, but again, when we're talking about the best power forwards in this game, I'm going to go Moses Malone in C tier. Dwight, I do like quite a bit. I did like this Dwight card. I'm going to go B tier for Dwight. I actually did not mind his jump shot, and his defense and obviously his rebounding and his size is really good at the power forward position. Bull, you guys know I'm just not a huge fan of this card, and it mainly comes down to his jump shot. I know he's 7'3" at power forward with a 7'7" wingspan. He's got low strength and the speed isn't like crazy fast, but I just do not like this jump shot whatsoever. And he doesn't really have that great of dribble sigs, and I feel like his defense isn't all that amazing. I know people are gonna, call me crazy, but I'm gonna go Bull in C tier. I would honestly take Miles Turner over him at the power forward position. Talking about Dark Matter Sengun, I'm also gonna go in C tier. Dino, I'm gonna go in B. I think he's on the same level as, maybe we can drop Miles Turner and Dino down. We'll drop them down to C tier, but I do think they're some of the best cards in the C tier category. 100 overall Wilt, I'm going to go S. He's still one of the best, if not the best defenders in this entire game, besides probably like Victor Wembanyama. His 8-foot wingspan is so incredibly valuable, and this card is just an absolute beast defensively with actually a really good jump shot. They gave Wilt an amazing jump shot on his 100 overall card. Patrick Ewing, we all know, is one of the worst power forwards in this game. So is Pau Gasol. Both those cards are going to go in the D tier category. Just do not have good jump shots. Jack Sigma is good. I think Sigma is probably either high C tier or low B. I'm going to go high C tier for Sigma. I'm also going to go Anthony Davis. Maybe we could go Sigma and B. We're going to go Sigma and B, and then Anthony Davis in the C tier category. And Dark Matter Kareem, I'm still going to put in A. I still think he's one of the best power forwards in this game. I think he's slightly better than Rudy Gobert just because his jump shot being better, but I don't think he's much worse. I don't think Gobert is much worse compared to Kareem. So let me know what you guys think about my power forward tier list down below. Again, I like to only keep the upper tiers, especially S, to like the best of the best. I want it to be only the top 5 best power forwards in this game in the S tier category. And A, I like to keep also as like the next maybe 7 or 8 best. I'm only going 5, but I just think all these power forwards in A are a step above these cards in B. So I know you guys might be seeing a lot of these cards in C and maybe even the B tier category and saying they should be a lot higher. And I can understand that argument, but you guys have to remember, these are the top 35 power forwards in this game. So if I think a card's in C tier, I still think they're one of the best power forwards in my team. I just don't think they're a top like 20-ish card in my personal opinion. But let me know what you guys think about my power forward tier list down below and what you guys would change about it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.